definitely testing the limits of the van today, but I didn't realize that I was coming in on like a dead end road. This road got a little rough, a little further back, but you know, now I got to figure out a way to turn it around. As the next few months are going to go, I'm already looking for where I'm going to stay tonight, and then there's some things that I'm going to explore tomorrow, because it's already late. It's like 5 o'clock by the time I even get out here, but right by the river here, which is nice. Super windy day, so I'm going to try not to talk too much outside, but right now I got to try to turn this van around. Kind of have a lot to check out in this whole area before I actually like settle in one place. So we'll see what the other side of the river has to offer, and then there's a big lake right up the road where that dam is. Facing one of life's great dilemmas right now, and it's like, do I want to stay on the lake side or do I want to stay on the river side? I can't decide. Gotta get out of the road there, buddy. Keep it moving. That's kind of cool, huh? I don't want to run you over, dude. Come on, keep going. I'm gonna chase him into the weeds at least. Come on, buddy. Come on. Get all the way over there. Out of the road. Alright. So I ended up on the shoreline of the lake. I may regret this for fishing purposes, but I won't regret this for this view right here. Water's only a few feet from me. So, no fish yet. I know, super surprising, right? I know nobody's really shocked by that by now, but I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna make myself this would be lunch, I guess. Make myself my lunch. It's gonna count as my dinner too, but. So I've got some asparagus that I will be making. That's how I do it right now. I'm gonna have a knife handy. There we go. That'll work well enough for me. And then on the other side, I am gonna do a couple of little steaks. I have my sparkling water with you guys while I'm cooking this, so trying to find my groove, man, with this this schedule shift. It's just weird because I was so used to filming a certain way. Now I got to try to figure out how to film a different way or a different order. And it's not that different, but it is different still. So just trying to get that groove going. But this is a cool spot to hang out for the night. I'm glad that I got out here. I wasn't originally going to come to this lake. But it's one of those things where I just took a ride and I came to it. And I'm pretty glad that I did. it's pretty nice, and it'll be a good spot to spend the night for sure. I want to see if I can skip a rock. How many skips I can get. That was 2. Also 2. 2 skips. Birds are starting to get active. Alright, so that should just be about ready. A couple of steaks there. Some good old asparagus. Looking for a pretty decent dinner here. Sunset. So we've got 2 rods sitting out there in the water right now. I can't do much more than that. One's got salmon eggs on it, one's got a worm on it. So we'll see if I catch anything. But I'm gonna read this book, New Mexican Lives, Profiles and Historical Stories about, I guess, New Mexican people. And Billy the Kid's in here. At least he's on the cover. That's whose grave I'm going to go see tomorrow. So check this out, read, and then enjoy the view while I've got the light until I got to get in the van and hunker down for the night. So, morning, guys. It is coffee time for sure. Oh, I love this stuff. Wish these guys would sponsor me. Black Rifle. That would be sweet. Yeah, slept okay. It's early. It's like 8 o'clock, which is a lot earlier than I've been waking up, but I'm up anyway. And hold on, check this out. That's one cool thing about waking up early, is there's usually some sort of wildlife around in the mornings. Anyway, back to the adventure. It says Fort Sumner was established in 1862 to control the Navajo and the Mescalero Apache, who were forcibly marched from their homelands and interned at the Bosque Redondo Reservation. Conditions here caused great suffering. The ND escaped in 1865. In 1868, the reservation was deemed a failure, and a treaty was signed establishing a new reservation in the Dene homeland. The fort was discontinued in 1869, and the building sold to Lucien Maxwell, who established the precursor to the town of Fort Sumner. William "Billy the Kid" Bonney was killed in the nearby former officers' quarters, now known as the Maxwell House, by Sheriff Pat Garrett the night of July 14th, 1881, and was buried in the former Fort Cemetery. So here is the old Fort Cemetery. Let's see what we got going on here. It says Joe Grant, shot January 10th, 1880 by Billy the Kid. It says, it is said while drunk one night, Grant had the misfortune of getting on the wrong side of Billy the Kid at Beaver Smith's Saloon in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. After a heated discussion, Grant bet Billy $25 that he would kill a man first. Billy feigned false admiration for Grant's gun and asked to examine it. While doing so, Billy rotated the cylinder to an empty chamber, anticipating trouble. Billy and Grant eventually got into an argument, and as Billy turned to walk away, Grant tried to shoot Billy in the back, but all he heard was a click. Billy turned and drew, firing 3 shots, killing Grant instantly. This is Juanita Martinez Garrett, the first wife of Pat Garrett, who's the guy who shot Billy the Kid, I think. So they have Billy the Kid's grave in this iron here, and then you can see he's encased in cement as well. But here is his actual tombstone. It says Billy the Kid, the boy bandit king, he died as he had lived. And then a bunch of people have thrown coins in here, but these are Billy the Kid's friends too. I guess he was buried with them, and they have plaques here about Charlie Bowdry, unlucky friend to Billy the Kid, and Tom O'Folliard. They were all killed by Pat Garrett and his posse. And I guess the reason that it's all locked up is because people have stolen Billy the Kid's tombstone a few times. I have this painting of Billy the Kid. He died when he was 21. And then here's Pat Garrett, the sheriff that got him. There's actually a little lake right here, right near his grave. So y'all didn't think I was done fishing yet, did you? So one of the locals came by and I asked him, you know, what he was catching, and it's catfish. So I don't have anything to catch catfish with. I need to get some stuff to catch catfish with because I seem to run into that quite a bit. But cats can get pretty big, and I have really small rods, so I'm worried about that too. I need to get a better rod. But yeah, he told me it was catfish, and that's the moment that I gave up fishing that pond. So I wanted to stop at the museum and see what they have, so let's go in and check that out. So this museum was actually really, really cool. One thing is, like, it wasn't just dedicated to Billy the Kid. You're gonna see like a ton of stuff just from that era, from, you know, the late 1800s to the early 1900s. So it's really, really cool place. And then it was only $5 to get in, which is not like bad at all, but there's a lot of really interesting things in here, and you really could have spent like a significant amount of time in there just reading everything and looking at all the pictures and stuff. And then they had an old gun room that was just full of guns from that era, which I thought was really, really cool. So like right here, you're looking at pots that Billy the Kid, you know, actually ate out of while he was doing his thing. This has Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett, who's the sheriff that killed him, in it. And Pat Garrett's there to the left. Like this was a safe, and this one was cool because you actually got to open it up and check it out and everything. So I definitely recommend, if you're ever in like the Fort Sumner area, to check it out. This is cool because this says that you are commanded to arrest and take the body of William Bonney, who's Billy the Kid. This is a chair that I guess Billy the Kid got his very last haircut in. And I thought it was actually really cool because it's like velvet, and it's just awesome. Just to see the way that they used to do things back in the 1800s. Like, you don't have velvet barber chairs anymore. Everything is like polyurethane or some sort of plastic or whatnot. So I don't know. I thought that this place was a really, really cool stop. Definitely worth stopping if you're in the Fort Sumner area. This thing is a trip. It's a Siamese calf. That thing is awesome. Sheesh, look at this bad boy. Turn that into a camper. How cool would that be? So there's definitely a lot more to that museum than just Billy the Kid stuff. There's, I mean, just old stuff from all over the place, and they had like an entire gun room if you're into that. But that museum's only $5. You know, I could have spent several hours in there if I read everything. So definitely worth the value, worth the money. So if you're in Fort Sumner and you want to check out something super cool for $5, stop at the Billy the Kid Museum. It's awesome. I don't think the video would be quite right if I didn't explore something abandoned. So this is actually an abandoned church. Let's see what we got going on in here. Kind of sketchy floor, but if you fall through it won't be too bad. It says there are no answers, because that says find answers to life's questions. Sketch right there. You got an octopus there, I guess would be leading the sermon. I guess says I love weed. All right, buddy. Not a whole lot to it. Some cool graffiti. Well, I guess define cool, but thanks for watching over us when all we do is sin. I like the ceiling. This guy says, my confession, I almost committed a mass shooting in high school, but I got help. Now I save lives for a career. There's more to this life than pain. You can do this. That is crazy. It says, but did you die? I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna stop in at the Rodeo Grill and see if it's any good. Pretty cool little spot. Of course, they have a picture of Billy the Kid. So with the biscuits and gravy actually today, which is like a risk for me because it's really hard to impress me with biscuits and gravy because both my parents make such good biscuits and gravy that I grew up on. So we'll see. It's like the test, right? Let's see if it's any good, because it's really hard for me to find biscuits and gravy somewhere that I enjoyed. Not impressed. So it was okay, but when you grow up eating something homemade, I think you just have like this higher expectation for it. So, but I do enjoy supporting local businesses and small businesses. It's a little family-owned restaurant, so I'd rather spend my money there than anywhere else anyway. So I have one worm, one hook, one river. This is kind of my last ditch effort trying to catch a fish on this trip. And the one worm that I had left is now gone, so it's a really good thing that I haven't set out to do like a catch and cook video yet, because I would 100% starve. So I was pretty frustrated yesterday. I felt like, you know, my filming wasn't doing well. I felt like I really couldn't sleep. Like I was like, you know, by the time I got to bed, I was frustrated. I was over the day. And today I feel like went a lot better. I feel a lot better. I am heading home now. I gotta go to work tomorrow. So that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Thanks for watching, liking my videos. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm glad with the way that this trip turned out overall. Today definitely made up for yesterday. I feel a lot better, and I'm feeling pretty good. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.